What's going on, YouTube? Dre knows, back at it again, bringing you guys another video. So back at it here on Madden. Well, not on Madden, but just doing a continuation of my ability series. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. I've been getting a good amount of feedback from those videos, so glad you guys are enjoying it. I know I've been gone for a few couple days, but if you guys can kind of tell from the sound of my voice, I've been coming down with a little bit of congestion, but we're getting over it. Hopefully we'll be back in full force in time for our weekend league streams. And then also Madden Classic qualifying starts this weekend. Where basically you have to play, I think it's like a minimum amount of 4 games to secure a spot in the pool of 512. So there'll be a stream for that as well. So I'm feeling okay as far as going into that. I just, like I said before in a previous video, just want to have a good showing, and whatever happens after that is, whatever it is, what it is. So looking forward to go ahead and, anytime you get a chance to compete, especially me being a former athlete, it kind of gets those competitive juices flowing again. So glad to be back in the fold in that case. So coming back here for the abilities video, this is actually going to be the last one. We're actually going to be going over the defensive abilities. I'm going over what I think are some of the best abilities to pick from on the defensive side of the ball. I know defensively it's really hard to try to get stops, so I know having the right amount of abilities out there is going to help you try to get to put you in the best position to get those stops. So let's go ahead and jump into the defensive abilities videos here. Again, shout out Madden School. They're the ones that put together this website, so again, give them shout out to them for putting this together, making it easy for us to really make these videos. So first abilities to look at, we've got the pass rush abilities. So first one, we got under pressure. This was actually kind of meta at the beginning of the year, under pressure, because of all the bad overthrows that were being caused by quarterbacks, especially if you had quarterbacks that had the archetype where I'm not exactly sure what the tendency where they would get paranoid. They would really be affected by this under pressure. So under pressure is not bad, although if to me, in my opinion, it feels a little bit outdated. Then we've got extra credit, Ripper, Adrenaline Rush, BOGO, Instant Rebate, Mr. So basically all the way up until really double or nothing. I've never really used any of those abilities, to be honest. I know some of them you may actually have to actually user yourself if you do user the D-line, but I don't really use those abilities. Now, one ability that I find myself going back to more often than not is double or nothing. At the beginning of the year, it was super cheap. It was only 1 AP point, so there'd be people that would be running 4 of these on their D-line. So, but they're not able to do that now as much nowadays, because they increased it to 2. Although I do still see it from time to time as well. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss as far as the consistency, to be honest. There's be some days where it goes crazy, and then other days where it just doesn't. Then we've got Edge Threat and Edge Threat Elite. Really, from my understanding, the biggest difference between Edge Threat and then Edge Threat Elite is that Edge Threat Elite obviously costs more AP, but also it does have kind of like that under pressure kind of built into that ability. So I actually have found myself using Edge Threat Elite quite a bit, especially running my new defense. I do run Nickel 245 here recently, which has started to become kind of the meta here recently. So try to jump on that wave before it's too late, really. But Edge Threat or Edge Threat Elite, they're both solid. It just kind of depends on where you want to prioritize your AP points. So I know with Edge Threat it's 3, and then Edge Threat Elite it's 5. So just kind of depends. And then El Toro, I think, is one of those abilities where you have to use her, but I've heard word around the street where it's not necessarily. So I don't know. I've never found myself using El Toro. And then looking at the run stopping abilities, really the only abilities that kind of come to mind that I think are actually useful, Strip Specialist, which a lot of people have been stacking with Edge Threat Elite or Edge Threat. I've seen a lot of people doing that. Enforcer isn't nearly as good as it was last year in Madden 20, so I don't really see very many fumbles caused nowadays. And then outside of that, you got Secure Tackler, which I hate the fact that you actually have to have a tackling ability, but I know especially if you're playing next gen, you're running into Derrick Henry pretty much every other game, so having Secure Tackler is probably pretty helpful. And then also Tackle Supreme would be good for that as well. And then really the only other ability that I would even consider using is Inside Stuff. The only problem is if they double team it, I think it gets picked up, but I don't know. To me, again, it's one of those things where it's kind of inconsistent to pick up, because there'll be some times where I pick it up, I'll double team it, no problem, and then other times I'll do the same exact thing, and it just sheds my life away. So I don't know. Now, probably the abilities that are going to be very important are the coverage abilities. Now, for me, I've tried to shift away from the meta. I mean, obviously, if you just want to keep it simple as possible, just run 4 one-steps. I mean, I think that's going to be your best bet to really try to get stops on defense. Having 4 one-step aheads is kind of like the bot thing that people do a lot. I see a ton of people run 1 step aheads, 4 of them, so that's kind of annoying. But if you want to be a little bit different and not do that, I mean, you could always run Acrobat as well. Acrobat is good, especially on your user, because you get some unreal animations, and I think Acrobat from start to finish has been consistently one of the best abilities in the game. Then we've got the knockout abilities: flat zone, short route, mid zone, and deep in knockout, and deep out knockout. Like, so basically all the knockout abilities. I don't know, I don't find myself using those too much. The only one that I have used that actually was decent for me was deep route knockout, but you have to be running man, I think, to be able to use that. And I think as cards get more up to date, I don't know, I think it might be a little bit harder to run man-to-man. I mean, like, that's just me speaking out loud. But deep route knockout has been good, especially once you get kind of burned over the top. But you kind of got to be careful. You don't want to just leave your guys one-on-one there. Bench press, not nearly as good as it was in the middle of the year. And then outside of that, lurker, I mean, that's just too much AP in my opinion, when you could just get Acrobat and get some glitchy animations. So yeah, that's actually gonna go ahead. I kind of flew by these abilities. I feel like, for the most part, the abilities on defense are a little bit more, I would say they're a little bit more set in stone, as opposed to with offense. It kind of depends on what kind of offense and defense you run, so it does allow for a little bit more flexibility. Whereas with, with the defensive abilities, it just kind of depends, what you want to prioritize. But for the most part, it's all kind of the same, really. And then just, while we're at it, the kicking abilities I feel like are a must, whether it be clutch kicker. So that means you can't get iced in that case. And I have found myself here recently going to this ability just because, just to get used to the faster kick meter again, especially with the Madden Classic coming up. So I've been going to clutch kicker just to not get ice as well. And then you have focus kicker, which allows you to slow down the bar. So again, here just kind of depends on personal preference. I know for me, I don't want to get ice. I'd rather deal with a little bit faster meter and get the timing down, and then not have to worry about getting ice. So again, personal preference, up to you guys. So yeah, with that being said, guys, that's gonna really go ahead, wrap up this video. Really just want to thank you guys for really supporting the channel. I've been seeing a lot of growth here, not only on YouTube. I'm at 230 subscribers. I know for me, a goal that would be great for the month would be to go ahead and get 300 subscribers by the end of the month. I know we're a little bit over halfway in February, so that might be lofty, but I have been seeing my channel grow a lot here recently. Very exciting, and it's just gonna keep motivating me to produce more of this type of content for you guys. Also, feel free, come through. I do live stream not only on Twitch at twitch.tv/DreKnowsTV. Go ahead and follow me there as well. And then also, I am putting my live streams here on Twitch or on YouTube as well. I don't always save the videos though, just because I do play copyright music, so I have to end up taking the stream down before it gets to DMCA. But yeah, I mean, go ahead, come through. I'm having a blast doing all this, especially the live stream. I actually just got my first Twitch payout, which is, it kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to get a Twitch payout when I did, and yeah, that's just really exciting that all you guys would really support me. So again, thank you very much for that. As we continue to grow and are able to make a little bit more to the side with Twitch, that's just going to go back to you guys in the forms of, better setup, better content, giveaways. I hope, fingers crossed, that I can do that. And then we'll go ahead and just kind of keep things rolling from there. But we just got to take one step at a time, really, at this point. So with that being said, though, guys, if you guys did enjoy today's video, I'd appreciate you guys hitting that like button. Again, just really enjoyed what has become of this channel here recently. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And until the next one, guys, this is Dre Knows, and I'm signing out. Peace.